Hi friends, my name is Leslie and I'm a beekeeper here in San Antonio. Today we're going to take a look inside my beehive in my front yard, and we're going to do a couple of maintenance things that all beekeepers generally do to maintain the health of their hives. We're going to look inside, see if we can find the queen. We're going to make sure that the queen has been laying, doing what she's supposed to do. We're going to feed them a little bit of sugar water because all new beehives in the spring really do need like a boost. And the sugar water helps them with that, and it helps them grow their population. And we're going to look for some pests. And if we see some, then we're going to do a couple of things to help trap those pests and maybe even kill them if we can. It's right around noon. That's when most of the foragers, or not most, but a lot of the foragers are actually going to be out foraging, and so there should be fewer bees in the hive. So you can kind of see them coming and going right now. That's the front of the hive, and this here is the back of the hive, and so there's no activity back here. And that's where we will work from, because we don't want to be in their flight path. We just really don't want to disrupt them as they come and go from the opening. All right, so one of the first things we're going to do today is get our smoker going. Beekeepers use smokers to do a number of things. It calms the bees down by inhibiting communication with their pheromones. The smoke kind of blocks all those scents that they use to communicate with one another. The other thing that the smoker does is it makes the bees think that there's a forest fire. And instead of attacking the beekeeper, the bees will go in and they'll get inside all their little combs and they'll eat all the honey because they think they're going to have to eat all their honey and then fly away and find a new home. So what I've used here is just some of the natural stuff that you find on the ground, a lot of the leaves and twigs and stuff like that. And once we get this going, then we can start to open the hive. Okay, here is the opening up close. We're going to give them a little smoke. Just a little bit. They scatter a little bit. All right. Now we're going to wait a few minutes and then we are going to open the top. We're going to take this part off right here. All right. So this is what the top looks like. You can see a bunch of bees out here. We're going to take our handy dandy hive tool. This tool just helps me pry apart the inside cover from the hive body, and inside is where the bees do all their magic. Here, we're gonna see if we can get this off. All right, now we're gonna open it up, and this is the inside of our hive. Hi, ladies. All right, so these bees are pretty calm right now. We're gonna give them a little bit of smoke. You don't want to over smoke them because then they eat too much. And then you don't have honey and they don't have stores for the winter.
Yep.
Okay. So one of the first things that we're going to look for is whether or not the bees are building out wax comb. You can see this one's flat. I don't see any wax that they've built on this.
That's sad.
There is a hive beetle. Hey, can you get in on this right here? Right here. See that? That little brown beetle, I'm going to squish you because I want you out. Those are called hive beetles, and you don't want them in your hive. Next thing is we're just going to go through every frame here.
Oh.
What do we have in here?
Wow.
We have more bees.
Little guys planning to sting.
We have a little bit of wax. Can you get a good shot of that? See how they're building up the wax there? I'm kind of looking for the queen, although I don't think she'll be on those. She's usually on the inside here, in the middle, where there is brood and the wax is already built out.
Oh, man.
And
I see some larvae that they're protecting.
Yeah, there's the larva. See the white stuff in there? That's larva. And then the capped part here.
Mom.
What?
Getting kind of...
You're okay. The capped part here is the capped larva. And so when those emerge, they will be fully grown bees. So these guys look good. Let's see. Still don't see the queen, and we may not see the queen. There's probably just about 10,000, maybe 12,000 bees in here. So you can imagine it's pretty hard to find the queen when you've got so many bees around. Look at all these. This is all brood. These are all going to hatch one day very soon. Look at that.
Well, we don't.
There's the queen. I see her. Right here. Sienna, get up in here. Right here. See this bee?
Uh-huh.
That's our queen.
Where?
Right here. Okay, this is sugar water. This is what you need to feed all new bee colonies. And I'm gonna pour these in here. This just helps get your colony started, especially if they're having trouble finding food. All right, so one of the things we're gonna do is put these little pieces of paper towel in the corner here to try to catch any hive beetles. I think the hive beetles' little feet will get stuck inside here and they won't be able to escape. And that's the theory, at least. So we'll have to see if that works. Okay, another thing that we're going to do is we're going to put this little apivar strip in there. That is a mite treatment. All European honeybees here in the United States live with varroa mites. And those nasty guys can really hurt your bee population. So these little strips here help us reduce the mite population to a number that is manageable. All right, y'all, this has been, I think, a very successful hive check. I'm going to shut this right here. I'm going to put the inner cover back on.
Can I do that, Mom?
You can help me with the outer cover. Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to put this back on. All right, there we go. All right, well, I think we had a really successful hive check today, and we're going to wait a couple weeks and open them up again and make sure that they have food and make sure that the queen is laying. Thanks a lot. Bye.